What's going on? This is Coach Marcus, Pro Fan Talk. One of the things we've been doing this week is pulling receipts. Now, because of what's been going on with the Eagles, everybody's been pulling receipts from who had something bad to say about Jalen Hurts. I can leave it right there. You already know what I'm going with the national narrative about Jalen Hurts, and he's going back to the Super Bowl. So there was a lot of people eating crow. Now, I'm going to flip this and take it to the WNBA, because last season in the W, everybody knows that Sheryl Swoopes, for whatever reason, had it out for Caitlin Clark. And it was just like, everything was a backhanded compliment. Everything was like a begrudging acknowledgement of what she was doing. There was always a but at the end of it. You know what I'm saying? So, but we all knew, and she caught a lot of flack for it. But in the spirit of pulling receipts, she made some comments on Gil's Arena one time, and it specifically had to do with players wanting to come to Indiana to play with her. And I thought it was odd because Caitlin Clark's profile was so high. My thought was, she's the cash cow. She's the golden goose. She's the golden egg, whatever you want to call it. Why would you not be, or why would you not want to be around that? Especially with the work and the toil that the WNBA has been doing for all of these years. Now you finally get to a point, and now you finally have that star that broke through. Again, this is not about talent. This is about your appeal. And you finally got a player that crossed the boundaries and pulled all of the attention from everywhere. You finally have that in Caitlin Clark. So why wouldn't other people come to play? Because I made a comment months ago when I said she can't make all the commercials. There's going to be some fall off. We can't get Caitlin Clark. So who's next on the Indiana roster, or who's next in the league that we can get? And then what do you see? Caitlin Clark is in everything, State Farm. And then now there was the car commercial with Asia Wilson and Sue Bird and Sabrina Ionescu, all of them stuffed up in the car. My point is that there's always fall off, and there's going to be other people around that's going to benefit from the things that Caitlin Clark can't do. So if you are a middle-aged or a veteran player and you have your last opportunity to get around somebody like that is bringing all of the wanted attention to your league, why wouldn't you want to be around that? Why wouldn't that be an attraction to you? Sheryl Swoopes implied that there were some things going on in Indiana that would cause other players to not want to be a part of that organization. Now, this is not my guessing. This is not my opinion. She said it. Let's listen to exactly what she said.
Playoffs, but I also know players on that team that are like, oh, hell no, we don't want to just be here.
Yeah.
Because then when you,
I was about to say that.
Because then when you factor in free agency, you got players on this Indiana Fever team.
They getting paid anyway?
That are like, no, but players who will be free agents next year. There's a lot of other shit going on that players are like, this ain't where I want to be.
She is implying that there's a lot of, to what she said, a lot of shit going on, and this is not where I want to be. And you got DeWanna Bonner and Natasha Howard and Jaylen Brown. Big signings and big shakeups in the WNBA. Now you go back and you look at that statement and you pulling receipts and you like, what the hell are you talking about? Now I will give my opinions and I will try to read between the lines and connect the dots. And the only thing I'm going to say is, in my opinion, whoever she's referring to, because clearly even Sheryl Swoopes, she's talking to sources, right? What I think is, because she has talked glowingly in the past about Dejanay Carrington, right? And what I think is, she's getting information from Nalissa Smith through Dejanay Carrington talking about that situation. That's what I think. I don't know if it's right. That's just my guess, trying to connect the dots and read between the lines. Because everybody knew that Nalissa Smith wasn't happy. Then it came out about her and Dejanay, and then it was like a conflict of interest with some of the stuff she was putting on social media. So based on that, That's what I think happened. I think Sheryl Swoopes was talking to Dejanay. Dejanay was filtering information that she got from Alyssa Smith. And that's where she came up with that. So when she's talking about this might not be the place that I want to be, I think specifically she was talking about Alyssa Smith. That's my guess. But at the end of the day, wrong again. Unless you are in the building, you don't know what the hell is going on. I don't care who you are. I don't care if it's Sheryl Swoopes. I don't care if it's Stephen A. Smith. I don't care if Ian Rappaport. Everybody is guessing. And unless you are in the room, you are guessing. You don't know what's going on. You don't know the whole story. She's already built herself a reputation of not being a friend of the league because all the shit she was talking about Caitlin Clark and other players. And it's like, why? I never understood that. And I still don't understand that. All of the money that's coming in, who cares who was coming from? And to me, that's what it seems like. It seemed like some of the current players, a lot of the older players, the OGs, and Sheryl Swoopes is one of the OGs of the league. For whatever reason, they didn't like the fact that it was Caitlin Clark and they wished it could have been Angel or Asia or somebody else, but that's just not the way it works. You take what they give you. And the recipe that got formed when they pulled it out of the oven, it was Caitlin Clark. And it seems like they had a problem with that. It was too difficult and they made it too hard just to give a decent comment, just to do, she lost jobs because of the ego. She lost jobs because she didn't want to be accountable for the shit that she was saying. And to me, that was unnecessary. You still got a job to do, and you can still do your job with some reason of accuracy and honesty. But for whatever reason, because it was Caitlin Clark, she didn't want to do it. And she looked foolish. And this is just another reason when you pull the receipts, everything that somebody said, and you see how it played out, it makes you look foolish. So it is what it is, and we're going to keep it moving. And guess what? Indiana is moving and shaking and looking to be a win or go home type team in 2025.